Are we going to the cafe? Where are we going?
Looks like this is the same world after all. I sighed to myself. The lake, the forest, the main street, the side roads. None of it appeared to have changed.
What's going on?
I don't really know. Maybe this world only looks the same, but it's actually different?
I was wondering how long it would take for her to catch on. She's pretty smart.
Even I could tell I sounded insane, but everything felt so fuzzy. I almost wondered if it was all a dream.
I see.
Earlier, he had looked at me like I'd grown a second head, but now he seemed lost in thought. Maybe he was starting to believe me. For a while, we walked along in silence until...
Oh.
Out of nowhere, Red stopped short. Likewise, I followed suit, glancing at his face in profile.
Say, those flowers sure are beautiful, aren't they?
As he spoke, he pointed into the distance. I followed his finger and spotted a flower shop. How will you respond? Ask if he likes flowers? Agree with him. I feel like if we were to ask if he likes flowers, that implies we've forgotten the time we spent with him, because we know he likes flowers. He gave us red carnations at the end of his route. But if we agree with him, maybe he's pointing at carnations and we can be like, oh yes, carnations stand for ardent love. And he'll be like, oh my goodness, it is my girl. So I'm going to agree with him. Ooh, you're right. My attention wandered to the red flowers on display outside the shop. Yeah. Oh, they have carnations.
Ugh.
I've always loved carnations. They look so soft and sweet.
Me too. I love them as well.
He mumbled, blushing as red as a tomato.
It's still your girl, just not your girl, if you know what I mean.
As I grinned at him, he raised a hand to his hood and averted his gaze.
Do you know what carnations mean in flower language?
Do you know what they mean? Yes, I do.
I do! Red carnations represent maternal love, faith in love, and ardent love.
That's right! That's exactly right!
He exclaimed happily. That's strange. How did I know that?
'Cause he told you.
Apparently, she had this knowledge, even if I didn't remember acquiring it.
Eureka.
Okay, so she's accessing each Eureka's memories as she goes along. That makes sense. That's why she sometimes says things that she's like, how do I know this? Eventually, we arrived at Cinderella's, or rather, my cafe. Yeah, we never came here in Red's world, so what is the story now?
Oh, here we are! This is the place!
I ran right over to it, but found the door was locked.
Oh, the sign says closed.
I know this place.
What?
I looked up at him. He stared blankly at the building.
Well, I came here the night you were kidnapped.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Kidnapped? Wow, that sounds intense. I spoke as though it had happened to someone else. But since I had no memories, there was nothing about Eureka Arisu that truly made her feel like me. That being said, I was starting to get really confused about the life she had been living. Well, what now? I wonder if anyone's home. I wanted to peek inside, but the curtains were all closed. Excuse me? Is anybody home? Cinderella? Gretel? Snow White? I tried calling for them, but got no response.
I don't believe Cinderella's here.
What? Wait, so you do know him? At my question, he blinked back at me like it was a surprise to him, too.
Yes, though not well. I have also met Gretel and, Snow White.
Oh, wow! So you guys are friends, or what?
We are not friends. We're...
But before he could finish his sentence, we're rivals.
Here comes the wolf!
What? Out of nowhere, a voice called out from behind him.
Enemy attack! We've been heard!
Our position's been compromised. Dive, dive.
You asked for him, now here he is! Ta-da! It's your boy, Wolf! Gonna gobble up all the girls! Ah-woo!
Before us appeared a guy wearing what looked like a wolf onesie. Good to see you, Wolf. The second he laid eyes on me, he flung his arms around me. Whoa! It was so sudden, I was utterly at a loss. I tried to play it off with a vaguely friendly smile, but he blinked at me in confusion.
What's wrong, Arisu? Usually you play along with the joke, like, "Eee! Somebody save me!" or something.
Wolf! Get away from Eureka!
Then Red peeled him off of me.
Come on, Blondie! Can't you let me have one measly hug? You're always hanging all over her.
The guy Red referred to as Wolf began to pout and complain.
I would never be so lecherous, you horny wolf! My relationship with her is mature and...
Mature as an R-rated?
Oh, pew, 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 shots fired!
Go! You dirty wolf! Don't make those jokes in front of her! I'll have you arrested for disturbing the peace!
Hey! All I said was R-rated, man! You're the one with your mind in the gutter, you pervy wolf!
Whoa!
It felt like I was watching two 12-year-old boys. As I stared at them dismally, I heard a small sigh from behind me. My brother's here! Hooray!
You kids are always so very loud and so very stupid. The hell are you doing in front of my house? Huntsman! Sir!
Now here was a character I had yet to encounter. And there you have it. So he lives here. Okay. The man known as Mr. Huntsman unlocked the door and led us inside, where I explained the situation in full to them.
Amnesia, you say?
After I was finished, he murmured pensively. Incidentally, his real name was Ryoshi, and he was apparently my brother.
Amnesia? As in, like, you hit your head or something?
No, I don't think anything like that happened. I felt around on my scalp just in case, but couldn't feel any injuries. Then Ryoshi pinned me with his gaze.
For the most part, amnesia isn't caused by blunt force trauma like you see on TV. If it happens, it only lasts for a very short period of time. In reality, the majority of amnesia cases are psychological in origin. When severe pain is inflicted on a person, their instinctive reaction is to escape. I want to get out of here. I never want to think about this again. I want to bury it all. Amnesia is caused by the conscious mind escaping from that sort of psychological stress. In other words, it's a defense mechanism. They forget in order to protect their bodies and minds so they won't break.
I get it. So she was so sick of living with Blondie that she was desperate to escape.
Wolf was clearly joking, but Red took it seriously. The blood drained from his face.
You were? I'm so sorry. I must have failed to satisfy your needs.
No! That's not true! I'm very satisfied. Or at least I was.
Are you sure of that?
Very sure. I mean, you're such a fascinating person, Red. Plus, you're handsome and adorable and fluffy and adorable. Sensing my ill intentions, he pulled his hood low over his eyes.
Hard to believe you really got amnesia when you seem like the same exact person.
Do I?
Pretty much.
Just then, Red spoke up sharply.
Of course she does! Eureka will always be Eureka, with or without her memories. However, if you've truly lost all your memories, then I have to wonder what could have caused it.
An awkward silence fell between us.
Now that I think about it, do you remember your brother?
Red changed the subject. No, but I heard from Cinderella that I had one. Still, it's strange. Just yesterday, I was here with Cinderella, Gretel, and Snow White, and now it's you three. According to Ryoshi, this cafe was one of several Arisu family-owned properties, but I had never attempted to run said cafe. How could that be possible? What about the time I spent with Cinderella and his brothers? So do you guys know them?
Yeah, I do.
Me too!
I see. What about me? Did I know them before I lost my memories? At this, they all exchanged a wordless glance. Apparently, they didn't know the answer to my question. I just don't get it. How could I have forgotten all these important things? I mumbled down to the floor. Then, after a long silence, I remembered something and looked up. That reminds me. What about Alice?
Alice?
Do you know him? He's blonde with blue eyes, a foul mouth, a big head, a bad attitude, and not a single shred of modesty or tact.
Dang, you hella roasted him.
I mean, it's an accurate description.
I know someone who fits that description.
You do?
I mean, we were both,
He wasn't really kidnapped, but we were both thrown into the same room together for a brief moment for reasons unknown at the time. Ryoshi led me upstairs to the room at the end of the hall. To think he was in the exact same spot as last time! Why didn't I think of that? It felt like I'd been wasting my time. And in fact, I was. Maybe my head was just there for decoration after all. Alice! Please, come on out! I need to talk to you! I shouted as I knocked. Alice! Alice!
That does not appear to be working.
Could you blow his door down for me? I pressed my ear to the door and listened for any signs of life. I didn't hear anything, but I could sense someone on the other side. Spinning on my heel, I looked at Ryoshi, the owner of the building. Ryoshi, would it be alright if I took the door off its hinges?
As long as you put it back afterwards.
Best brother ever. Excellent! Okay, then. And he's gonna open it right when you try to run into it again. I took a step backwards, dropped into a fighting stance, and prepared for battle. But before I could toss out a high kick...
Stop!
Oh, there he is. Alice popped out with a horrified look on his face.
You can't dismantle my door just because I refuse to answer it. What was that feral scream just now? You were going to destroy it completely, weren't you? Don't you have any feminine sensibilities whatsoever? If you're a girl, then by God, you should act like one!
Oh, don't worry. Violence is very feminine. I threw out a practice punch.
Violence is for manly men! You sure you weren't born in the wrong body?
Sorry, but I'm an alpha wolf who always catches her prey. Case in point, you. I bounced over and threw my arms around him. Sorry, Red.
Ah!
You're not getting away from me this time. I've got you surrounded. I grinned evilly. Red Riding Hood and Wolf stood blocking the stairs, and I strongly doubted Alice could get past them.
Ugh, you little weasel!
Now then, answer my questions like you promised. Why do you keep running from me? Where are we? Who are you?
Well...
Yes? He fell silent for a moment. Then he whirled around and pointed at the window. I'm not falling for that again this time.
Look! There's a bikini girl with E-cups bouncing around out there!
I giggled at his childish trick. That's not going to work, Alice. If you're trying to distract me, then why would you? Oh, he wasn't trying to distract me. He was trying to distract the other two 12-year-olds. Ryoshi, I hope that you can hold on to Alice for me.
Where? Where? You said E-cup? What size is that? Big enough to bounce?
A, B, C, D, E. E? E? That's 5!
Red, just over here, like, I just imagine him counting on his fingers, like,
A, B, C.
I'm doing the math real quick here. Why are you guys falling for it? The two brainless boys went straight for the window.
It appears you still don't understand the inner workings of men.
Hey! With everyone distracted. Ryoshi? Even you? At 2, bro. At 2? Alice dashed away.
Huh?
Hey! Alice, wait!
They hurried after him, but as you might expect, it was too late. Oh, he got away again! And so easily, too! Ugh, I'm furious! I stomped my feet in frustration. That being said, he was in the same spot last time. Maybe there's a connection here. I peered into the newly vacant room. I don't see anything particularly interesting. Just a chessboard. It was minimally furnished, the only thing of note being a chessboard atop a small table.
Eureka!
Yes, sir! He caught me off guard, so I ended up responding like some kind of grunt soldier.
Please, come quickly!
You got it, boss! We headed down to the first floor where he showed me a handkerchief. A clue?
Take a look at this.
Is that hair? Lying on the pink fabric was a strand of glittering golden hair.
Yes. The color, the texture, the slight curl. It's unmistakably his.
Is that a...
Interesting. Where did you find it?
Outside the first floor bathroom.
Are we sure it's not a pure...
That's enough out of you, kid.
Thank you, Huntsman.
Okay.
Ryoshi grabbed Wolf by the scruff of the neck and dragged him off. Well, let's go check the bathroom.
Right.
This music.
When I give the signal, we'll both charge in. Understood?
Understood, sir. Alice was surely hiding out in the bathroom. Following my commander's hand signals, I held my breath and waited for the chance to strike. Then, at last, the time came.
3, 2, 1, go!
Go, go, go! Wait, what the... When we kicked the door down, however, Alice was nowhere to be seen.
That's strange. I was so sure he fled inside.
As Red Riding Hood peered around the bathroom, my attention drifted toward the sink. There's a mirror here. What if... Oh, he just has to touch any reflection and then he can jump. Interesting. Oh. he travels around. Okay. Clever boy. My fingers were drawn to its surface. When I touched it, it rippled like water. That's why I traveled when I touched the lake. And again now with the mirror. Okay. I love this. Looks like it'll let us through.
Through to where exactly?
A different world, if I had to guess.
A different world?
Yep. I nodded firmly. Truth be told, I passed through a mirror to get here.
You did?
Yeah. In the darkness, I passed through the giant crystal mirror and arrived in Cinderella's world. Then I fell into the mirror reflection of the still lake and arrived here. In other words, each mirror could take me somewhere new. I'm sorry. I know it must sound like something out of a dream.
I mean, did he or did he not see the mirror surface just ripple in front of you?
I can't claim to understand it myself, but the fact is, I came here chasing Alice. Red stared back at me blankly as I confessed.
I'm afraid I'm too stupid to understand what you're saying. So you came here from another world? Like in a manga?
Yes, just like in a manga.
Does this mean that you are not the same person who I originally met?
The question made my heart ache. I'm not sure. It might still be the same me, or it might not be. The only way to find out for sure is for me to catch Alice.
Why Alice? What information could he possibly possess?
When I was all alone in the darkness, it was Alice who took my hand. And he called me Arisu. Surely he has to know who I am. I wouldn't have come this far if it wasn't for him. I don't know why he keeps running from me, but there has to be a reason. There's a reason I need to catch him.
I see.
Well, Red, this is where we say goodbye. I turned away from him and reached out to the mirror.
Wait, please!
He grabbed my shoulder, the expression on his face hard and determined. I blinked at him.
I'll come with you.
Huh? But...
You may not be the same woman I know, but you still have amnesia. And I am duty-bound to provide assistance to all those in need. Especially you, Eureka Arisu. I'm afraid I cannot let you go alone.
Oh, Red. Okay, then. Let's hold hands.
What? Hold hands? But that's...
Ignoring his bashful blushing, I snatched his hand.
What? Gah! My hand! My hand!
Here we go!
Oh no, now I'm getting Nameless vibes from this if he actually joins us. We're all these different boys from their roots are gonna end up meeting and it's gonna be so awkward. Actually, that is very much like how Nameless's true thing went. Oh my goodness. I've played too many games. Oh, this is so exciting though. I'm so excited. Anyway, flashback time. Let's learn how Red came to be.
I never liked school much. I didn't look like the other kids, so I didn't fit in, and it made me a target for bullying. But now people were starting to treat me a bit differently, and I didn't understand why.
Hey, you!
What is it?
You need to quit lying. Huh? Don't play dumb. You promised you'd give me your old toys, but you haven't. What are you talking about? Ugh, you're such a jerk.
And you said you'd give me a ring!
I don't remember that. No, seriously, I don't. When did I say that? You know what I heard? I heard his family's really poor. They just pretend to be rich. They're a bunch of liars. We're not lying. And what's with the ribbon? He, she. No,
This ribbon was the one thing that connected me to Arisu. I wanted to scream at them for insulting her, but I couldn't. The next day...
Okay then, sweetie, it's time for me to go to work.
Mom noticed my silence and frowned, puzzled.
What's wrong?
My stomach hurts. I was lying, of course. I just didn't want to go to school and get made fun of for reasons I didn't understand. But I didn't dare complain to my mother, who worked hard without a single day off.
Your stomach? Are you okay? Do you have a fever? I don't feel any fever, but... Should I take you to the hospital?
No, that's okay.
You sure? Okay then, can you stay home by yourself?
Yeah. I nodded, and she gently stroked my hair.
Just rest up at home today. I'll call the school and let them know. Now listen here. You mustn't play outside. The world is filled with wicked wolves, and you can never trust them. So if one of them talks to you, be sure to ignore them. You have to watch the house while I'm gone, understand? And if anyone knocks on the door, don't let them in no matter what.
Got it.
I knew that phrase was going to come back to get us again.
I had stayed at home alone before, but this was my first time faking sick to skip school. My heart thumped in my chest like I was doing something wrong. And possibly as a result of my guilty conscience. For some reason, it felt like someone was watching me. Is someone there? Guess I'm just imagining it. From then on, I skipped school more and more.
Right. Of course. I apologize. Thank you. Goodbye. That was the school.
The sadness in my mother's eyes made my chest ache.
Sweetheart, why don't you want to go to school?
No reason.
Is someone being mean to you? Talk to me, honey.
Nothing like that, Mom.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm...
Ugh! What's wrong?
It's happening again. That shadow.
What shadow?
Mom. I wondered if maybe I should just tell her everything, including the stuff that happened at school, and about the presence I felt watching me from the shadows. Maybe she would believe me. It's nothing.
Alice?
Aw, you should have told your mom. That's so scary, though, for a kid. My goodness. I mean, it'd be scary for anybody, but...
Soon after, I started having these strange dreams now and then. Dreams where I played with a boy my age.
Hey, Blondie! Over here! Blondie?
It's you. I didn't know the boy's name.
Ugh, what are you doing? Come on!
Whoa! But he seemed to know me, and he was happy to lead me by the hand.
That wasn't the day with Grandma, was it?
The next thing I knew, my mother was crying. Mom? Why are you crying? When I called out to her, she spoke to me in a watery voice.
Alice?
Are you really my Alice?
She keeps getting these different personalities. Oh, man. Ah, my heart's breaking.
But I didn't understand why she would ask me that.